Uncle Vin Rock. I'm at it again. Cedar Hill Country Club, Livingston, New Jersey. This time, it's local 1233. My man Tariq and his local, they're the longshoremen. So they have their first annual golf classic. Yours truly is hosting it. I have to get the history of this local, because as I understand, it's the first African-American local longshoreman. So they were the first black group to unionize down there at the ports. This is going to be interesting, folks. Stay tuned. I'm going to get the 411 on this thing. Peace. We are here at Local 1233. It's the first annual golf course. I'm here with the vice president of the local. Brother, tell them your name and let them know what we're doing today.
How you doing today? My name is Tariq Wells, Vice President of Local 1233. This is our first golf outing. We decided to do it about 3-4 years ago in honor of our past president, Mr. Bernard Dudley, Mr. Bernard William Dudley, and another way we can raise money to give back to the inner kids in the city of Newark and Elizabeth, and also our members.
All right, well, tell us about the local. Like, I know it's longshoremen, but what exactly is that job?
Well, the longshoremen, we the ones that load and unload all the ships that come into the port of Newark and the port of Elizabeth and the port of New York. We load all the containers on. We move the world. Everything that you have in your household come in the containers, and we unload it, put it on a vehicle, which is a truck, and have the truck go back to the warehouse, unload it, and go to the stores, the Macy's, the Kohl's, the Bloomingdale's, the Neiman Marcus, the Gucci, all that comes from the docks, from other countries, from China. So that's what we do.
Wow, and what was that like during COVID? I know, like, shipping got backed up, and it was crazy. What was going on then?
Well, with COVID, we was the only ones allowed to work. They had us on emergency, and what do they call that? Essential workers. So we wouldn't really say essential workers, but we was vital to the industry. We work non-stop 24 hours to serve not only our country, but all the people in the world. So it was strenuous because some of our members, we lost a couple of members through that time. A lot of our people got COVID, but we still endured and kept moving all the containers to serve the world and serve the community.
And then I understand that this is the first African-American local down at this port?
Yeah, we're the only African-American local on the East Coast. And my local, once again, is Local 1233. And we've been in existence since 1927.
Oh, wow. So this is history in the making. My brother Tariq, he just happens to be our childhood friend, man. And how, if a young person, you know, there's a lot of young people, they want to be rappers or athletes or whatever. How do they get involved in your line of work or your career?
Well, in our line of work, the books is closed. It's a union job. So if you ever look forward to getting a job at the longshoreman in the city of Newark, you have to go to the union hall. And we don't normally take applications, but if we do, you're welcome to get a job. But like I said, you have to go through the union. A lot of times, being that nobody retired, it's hard to get in there. But when we do open the books, we open up to the community.
I am here with some of the living legends about this local. All right, so introduce yourself, please.
I'm Buddy Smith, the president of Local 1233.
I'm Herbert Hall, business agent, Local 1233, and international vice president.
Tariq Wells, vice president, Local 1233.
Wow. Well,
Victor Thomas, secretary treasurer, Local 1233.
All right. Well, it's my pleasure to be here, and as I understand, this is the first black local down there at that port. Can you give us a little history on the local?
Well, we were incorporated in 1927. Since then, we've grown to over about 1,300 members. We mostly do loading and unloading the vessels that come in with the cargo and clothes and cars that the American citizens use and wear.
Wow. And how important is that, you know, the port and getting all of those goods here to all of our Americans?
Well, the port is very important. You know, we're the economic engine in this whole state. And besides the port jobs, we incorporate 180,000 jobs around the state of New Jersey, plus taxes and infrastructure and things like that. So you got cars, you got furniture, everything you can use in your house comes through us.
Wow.
Okay?
And what were some of the challenges? I know this is a historic, organization, but what were some of those challenges in the early days?
When we transitioned from Brooklyn back in the day, when we actually went over to containerization, which actually started at 8 p.m. right here in our own port of New Jersey, and that actually was a game changer. We went from actually handling the cargo to when it was containerization. That happened right here in the state of New Jersey at the Port of Newark.
Wow. And what were some of the challenges? Because I know there was definitely a racial divide there. You had to fight for your right to party. What was some of those challenges like?
Well, those challenges are pretty much the same with everything we've ever had to do here. We had to prove our worth. We would actually looked down upon years ago, because years ago, longshoremen couldn't even get a loan for a car or a house. Pay was cheap and the work was hard. So we had to overcome those challenges to prove our worth, and it wound up being an economic engine to the entire country, not just Newark and Elizabeth.
Now, I consider myself a technologist, and I do love technology, but I do understand with automation, that can be a challenge, that could be a big problem, and it can displace a lot of jobs. Are you guys facing that? And if so, how are you dealing with it?
Yeah, that's the problem that we're having now, especially we're in contract negotiations with our new upcoming contract as of September 3rd, so it expires, and that's one of the biggest things that are on the table, technology and automation. And it's something that you can't fight off totally, but we have to make sure we're covered, our workforce is covered and amply compensated for their worth in this kind of thing, because things are going to change. It happens. We used to have wooden ships and iron men years ago, 50 years ago. Now technology comes in, it's going to change. We had 35,000 longshoremen. We have 6,000 now. But we got to make sure we get protected under this technology and automation clause in our contract.
All right. And I know with this, this golf outing, it's a fundraiser. You're raising money for a good cause, a lot of young people, and you will be donating back, to the school districts. How important is that for you?
Well, we believe in no child left behind. Even though we have good jobs, but we believe in further education. So not only are we helping the children in the longshore, we're also helping the children in the city. And this year, once we raise the funds, we're going to support one of the high schools and send a couple donations.
Wow. All right. Well, I think, organizations like this, you guys are unsung heroes, and I think a lot of our young people need to, learn about guys like you. You guys are living legends, and I know I'm an entertainer, so I know a lot of athletes and entertainers get all the accolades, but you guys are obviously the unsung heroes.
One thing you said, guys and gals, so we got plenty of our women here that do a lot of good work, trust me.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you all, as a team, as a unit, you're the unsung heroes, and people don't realize how convenient our lives are, and without the longshoremen, without you guys getting these goods to us safely, we can't do anything, basically. There's no clothing, there's no refrigerators, there's no mass production, just making our lives convenient. So on behalf of the audience, I want to thank you all, and this is the first annual. I'm proud to be here and host the whole, and looking forward to great things for you guys. I'm here with the Triple OG, my big homie, two-time NFL Super Bowl champion, my brother Pepper Johnson. What's going on, man?
Nice, man. It's always a pleasure to see you, bro. But, coming out here doing something supportive, I love it.
Yeah, man. So tell the people, since your career, what have you been up to? I know you're big coaching all over the league.
Yeah. So I was getting ready to correct you. It's not 2 Super Bowl rings, it's 5 of them. So
5 of them?
Yeah.
2 with the Giants.
Yeah.
Because I'm a Giants fan.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why we know it. And 3 more coaching in New England.
Wow, that's incredible.
Fellas like to give me a hard time. They say I was point shaving because I was on the sideline when the Giants won the next 2.
Wow.
In New England. So it makes me feel good, as long as I support it one way or another.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And it's incredible, man. I've been out here, just hosting these holes, man, and they always say, Ben, you got to get out here and play. But they have me working the holes more than playing. So I'm out here working, but I got to get out here and play. What is it about golf that everyone loves?
It's a competitor's game. If you're a competitor, I know you are, because you're a competitor. As soon as you get started, I'm telling you, you're going to be hooked.
Oh,
because it's
goodness.
a competitive game. Because it's not you and I can go out there and play. It's not you and I, playing against each other. Guys like to bet against each other and all that stuff like that. But really, it's you against the golf course. Mm-hmm. And how can I make that little ball go when I want it?
Right.
It's so hard. My team right now, they was like, "Hey, Pep, I hope you play football. I hope you play golf as well as you did football." And I'm like, y'all in for a big disappointment.
And then it's like every course is different, right? So it's not like you're getting out there and it's just the same rectangular 100-yard dash, right?
Yeah, and even if you did, even the members here at the country club, I'm quite sure they would tell you the same thing. Every time they come out here and play, it's a different course because the ball will land different, the wind is different, the weather is different.
Right.
So everything it changes. So you can play the same course all the time, and it will come up different. That's why the competitors will love it. So I'm going to try to persuade you. I didn't persuade a lot of people to play golf, and they all better than me now.
I know. And I got my guys. I have my two fellow hip-hop brothers, Drez from Black Sheep and Ja Rule. They were just out here the other day.
Nice.
So they saw me. I'm going to get on this course, and I'm going to be out here with you guys, man. I'm going to put this microphone down and pick up the golf club. I'm here with the man of the hour, Mr. Muhammad Bell. He's a member of 1233.
Sure.
Listen, man, I had the pleasure of interviewing your president, your vice president, and I learned a lot, man. Tell me a little more about Local 1233.
Well, Local 1233 is one of the only black locals. I think it's state of New Jersey, the only black local in the state of New Jersey. I'm not sure who else has a black local, but we're the biggest local in the state of New Jersey with 1235, but we're the biggest black local. And we here, man, supporting the Bernard Dudley Scholarship Golf Event. This is great. Bernard is our late president who passed away. He set the stage.
Wow, man. How did you get involved in this, Hawk? Muhammad, because
Hawk is my brother.
Hawk is his brother. He's over there DJing.
Right.
I know you're in the music game. You've been long-term in the music game, rocked out with Jermaine Dupri and everything. And then at a certain point, you transitioned over and got into the local. What was that transition about? How did that come about?
You know what happened was when cassettes and vinyl turned to CDs and audio and all that, I felt the music industry was changing.
You was a smart man, brother.
So I got out. I was an A&R at Sony for a minute. Like you said, worked with Jermaine and produced some things here and there, but the music game was changing.
Yeah.
So I said, I got to figure it out.
Right.
So my uncle knew somebody who knew somebody who knew somebody.
Right.
He said, you want to be a longshoreman? I said, well, what is that? Work down at the port. I said, I'm not going on no shit. I'm not doing that. I said, nah, you do this, you pull cars off the ship, you park them, get back on, blah, blah, blah. I said, yeah, well, how's it pay? He said, it pays very well. I said, I'll try it. It's an incredible job. And, back then, you had to know somebody who knew somebody.
Right.
Today, they took a lot of veterans who came home from the war and they have jobs. We took them. And now it's just about application and just waiting until they hire. But once you think about it, being a longshoreman, once you get in, you don't want to come out.
Right.
You want to retire.
I think you're the ultimate example of all of our young people out there that, listen, man, there's nothing wrong with having a job and having a career because there's great benefits out there. You can sustain yourself. You can raise a family. And the music and the hobby and all of your other dreams will always be out there, right?
End of the day, you just take your music hustle, put it in your longshoreman hustle, and there you have it. You have a good career and a good life.
All right. Well, listen, this is the first annual one. I know there's going to be tons more, man. They're doing great things, raising money for kids. It's going back into education. This is your boy, Uncle Vin Rock, Mr. Muhammad Bell. It's all about Local 1233, man.
Longshoreman University. You know who it is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Peace, y'all.
Peace.